Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-salakya Chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam yena Bhutale Swayam Rupagadamahim Dadadi Sapadantigam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yudapadagammalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahana Raghunathanyatam Tam Sajivam Sahadvaidam Savadutam Parjana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanyatamsjam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopiga Ganda Radha Ganda Mostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyacha Kripa Sindhubhyacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Pudale Srimad Bhagavatam Samiti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Pudale Srimad Bhagavatam Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachati Desaiti Tarine Mukam Karoti Vajalam Pangam Lingere Yatkripatamante Sri Gurum Dinatarina Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Mishram Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtikim Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanacha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo 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 Pankajanabhaya Namo Pankajamaline Namo Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajankre. Hare Krishna. So we'll be reading from Canto 3, Chapter 26, verses 62 to 66 today. So I will go to start with this one. So, Yedehi Abhyuttida Devam Naivasyo Tapanes Asakan Punar Avivishu Khani Tam Utthapayitum Kramat. When the demigods and presiding deities of the various senses were thus manifested, they wanted to take their origin of appearance. But upon failing to do so, they re-entered the body of the Virat Purusha one after another in order to wake him. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada's disciples K.J. In order to wake the sleeping deity controller within, one has to rechannel the sense activities from concentration on the outside to concentration inside. In the following verses, the sense activities which are required to wake the Virat Purusha will be explained very nicely. Text 63. So, Vanirvaja mukham bheje todadishta tata virat. Kranena nasike vayurnodadishta tada virat. The god of fire entered his mouth with the organ of speech, but the Virat Purusha could not be aroused. Then the god of wind entered his nostrils with the sense of smell, but still the Virat Purusha refused to be awakened. Oh, sorry, where did I go? My goodness. Oh, sorry, so sorry. Yeah. 65. Tvacham Roma Piroshathyo Nodadishtatada Virat Retasa Shisnamapastu Nodadishtatada Virat Nodadishtatada Virat. The predominating deities of the skin, herbs, and seasoning plants entered the skin of the Virat Purusha with the hair of the body. But the cosmic being refused to get up with even then. The god predominating over water entered his organ of generation with the faculty of procreation. But the Virat Purusha still would not rise. Gutam mrityurapanena nodadishta tada Virat. Hasta vindro belena iva nodadishta tada Virat. The god of death ended his anus with the organ of defecation, but Virat Purusha could not be spurred to activity. The god Indra ended the hands with their power of grasping and dropping things, but the Virat Purusha would not get up even then. So here we are hearing about the Virat Purusha. I mean, the chapter is entitled the nature of material, principles of material nature. And Kapil Dev is explaining to Mother Devahuti the appearance of the Virat form of the Lord. And the manifestation is over with yesterday, the manifestation of the Virat form. And now through these verses, how the various demigods and the senses, they are trying to awaken, animate the Virat form. So first we saw in 62, 66 we covered, no? Yeah. So 60, I'll just go into, yeah, 62 to 66. So so they wanted to re-enter the Virat form. They separated. We saw through so many verses the appearance of each and every limb or the sense in the Virat form, Virat Rupa, along with the demigods. Now they are re-entering the body of the Virat Purusha, the demigods, and one after another in order to wake him. So each verse ends like they re-enter, they still they could not wake him. So the god of fire, Agni entered with the organ of speech, but the Virat Purusha could not be aroused. Then the god of wind, then the sun god entered the eyes of the Virat Purusha with the sense of sight, but still the Virat Purusha did not get up. Usually when we turn on the light, we cannot sleep anymore. But here the sun god entered the eyes of the Virat Purusha with the sense of sight, but still the Virat Purusha did not get up. Similarly, the deities of directions entered through his ears with the sense of hearing, but still he did not get up. Then the sense of touch, that is the predominating deities of the skin, herbs and seasoning plants entered the skin of the Virat Purusha with the hair of the body, but the cosmic being refused to get up even then. The god predominating over water entered his organ of generation with the faculty of procreation, but the Virat Purusha still would not rise. Then the god of death ended his anus with the organ of defecation, but the Virat Purusha could not be spurred to activity. Then Lord Indra ended the hands with their power of grasping and dropping things, but the Virat Purusha would not get up even then. So we have to wait 3 more verses, fourth in verse 70. Who wakes up the Virat Purusha to? So this is just like when Lord Brahma first explains to Narada Muni the creation, the process of creation and the appearance of the Virat Rupa. We become acquainted with the 3 Purushas, how they are involved in creation. First, Karanodakashayi Vishnu, through his skin, emerges the various universes. They are just like empty shells, spherical, empty shells, and they float in the Karana waters for so many thousands of years. And then the Garbhodakashayi Vishnu enters each and every universe, the shell, and creates diversity in it, in each of them. That is, the various forms are created. And then comes the Kshirodakashayi Vishnu enters into each and every atom of creation, not only each and every form, but each and every atom of creation, thus animating the Virat form. Similarly, here in Kapil Dev's description of the Virat form, how each and every deity, demigod, tries to, the demigods related to those particular senses, try to wake up the cosmic form of the Lord, but it could not be animated. Except when they will, let's keep the suspense there. So we can take the analogy from there from the description of Lord Brahma, who animates in their manifestation. So I am sorry, I don't have much of a a lengthy description on this. If anybody can contribute, I would appreciate very much. Chintamani Mataji or Hare Krishna, I invite you to contribute something.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for calling on me. But I mean, I think you really nicely explained already about how all of these demigods enter, but then Virat Purusha does not get up until something happens. So I don't really have anything else. Thank you so much. I know you just returned from
Yeah, so
US.
I didn't get much time to prepare. And Virat Purusha is a topic on which I still try to get organized on that. The Virat Purusha descriptions in several parts of sections of Bhagavatam, and the one which Arjuna sees. So all those together, especially in the different sections of Bhagavatam, I like to integrate into one whole picture, which I can understand is still not happened. Thank you very much for being here, for being patient with me. We can end the call here. I was just basically planning to read Thank you very much. If anybody else has anything else, Jyotirmay Mataji, Janki Mataji.
I'm also not that great in Virat Rupa, Mataji. Thank you so much for reading. It was very great to have you back again.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Janki Mataji. So we
Hi,
can.
Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much for, reading, without missing your commitment. So it was really great to hear from you. The only thing that I would say about Virat Rupa is whenever I look at the Virat Rupa, it's so inquisitive that, Lord possessing, seeing it, having everything in him, and, the vastness of the Lord that we can see. I was actually reading a couple of verses before this verse in the class. So when we actually, the magnanimity of the Lord, sometimes we might not realize, but some people it's too much of familiarity when the Lord isn't just like looking like us. But when I look at the Virat Rupa, I can at least see that the magnanimity or in the Hindi there is a Mahanta of the Lord, that he can have everything in him inside, and how each and every living entity is part of him in that Rupa, and at least make us feel like, oh, for people who said, oh, what does the God do, or what is the greatness of him? I feel like Virat Rupa shows the greatness of him. So for me particularly, that's what, whenever I look at the Virat Rupa, makes me feel like, he's clearly telling us what is Virat Rupa consists of. So at least at that point, there is a small glimpse of teeny tiny realization that, God is above and beyond our understanding. So, and we're trying to, we just have to accept and, become a devotee.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mataji. That prompts me to say a couple of things more. Like, it makes us more God conscious. That is, everything in nature is related to the Virat Rupa. Like yesterday, Prabhu was reading the rivers. Rivers are his veins, and the trees and the herbs and all the hairs on his body, and the sun is his eyes, everything like that. And then how it is relating to how everything in his cosmic body is related to our individual, the microcosm. That is our, there is with the appearance of the Virat Rupa and the organs in that Virat Rupa, each demigod relating to that sense is appearing also. So we understand our senses, like the when sun god appears, he is the demigod for our eyesight, and only in the sun we can see, and he is the demigod related to our eyes. And when the demigod for taste appears, yeah, he is the god of taste, sense of taste, in that is our tongue, etc. He's the demigod for our sense of taste, etc. So everything in the cosmic form is also there is something in our our the living entities body also reflecting that one. So that makes our reflections on nature very God conscious, actually. Otherwise, how can we perceive everything around us in a God conscious way without the Virat form being described in the Bhagavatam and in Bhagavad Gita? And then Also, there is, what did I want to say? Let me get it. Oh, Hare Krishna. Like the wanderings of the living entity within this universe. Akrura, in Akrura's prayers, he says, it is like the insects, moving inside an udumbara fruit. We see sometimes when a fruit is opened, there are insects in there wandering through that, body of that, within that fruit. Like that, this living entities wandering in the universe is compared to, that is means this cosmic form is actually one form of the Lord, and we think we have gone into space, we have gone to, in the ocean, everything, but we are wandering within the body of the Lord. That is one thought that came to my mind. I will end here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Janki Mataji. I just got some more points in my mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. It was nice.
Hare Krishna. So
Hare Krishna.
we can end the call here now. Okay. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Gaura Premande. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Nice class, Mataji. Thank you. Good to see you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.